Hi class, here is your article for Law Day that we couldn't go to, but let's get started. Should the voting age be lowered to 16? From the 1990s to the present, elected officials in several U.S. states have made unsuccessful attempts to lower the voting age to 16, and sometimes even younger. Student activism in the wake of a February 2018 shooting at Marjory Stoneman Douglas High School in Parkland, Florida, has brought new life to the debate over letting younger people vote. Currently, Berkeley, California, and a handful of cities in Maryland allow 16-year-olds to participate in local elections. Internationally, about 20 countries allow citizens to vote at age 16, sometimes with conditions such as being employed or married. A constitutional amendment to lower the voting age to 16 would require approval from 2/3 of both houses of Congress and 3/4 of the state legislatures, so 38 states. Alternatively, state legislatures could pass laws allowing younger people to vote in their states. The D.C. City Council had considered legislation that would allow 16 and 17-year-olds in the nation's capital to vote in all elections, including the 2020 presidential election, but they tabled the bill indefinitely after losing support from council members. Until the 1970s, the voting age in America was 21. A debate over lowering it to 18 began during World War II when President Franklin D. Roosevelt decreased the military draft age to 18. President Eisenhower called for citizens ages 18 to 22 to be included in the political process in his 1954 State of the Union address. But lawmakers didn't take action until marches and demonstrations drew attention to the fact that young people who were being drafted to fight in Vietnam didn't have the ability to vote in most states. Congress proposed the 26th Amendment to the United States Constitution in 1971, which stated, "The right of citizens of the United States who are 18 years of age or older to vote shall not be denied or abridged by the United States or by any state on account of age." The ratification process, which required approval from 38 states, was completed in around 3 months, the shortest amount of time of any amendment in U.S. history. So, this is a list of pros and cons. So let's go over the first pro. 16-year-olds are just as knowledgeable about civics and have the same ability to make good voting choices as older voters. So as studied in the Annals of the American Academy of Political and Social Science found that on measure of civic knowledge, political skills, political efficacy, and tolerance, 16-year-olds on average are obtaining scores similar to those of adults. Adolescents in this age range are developmentally ready to vote. Scientists believe that cold cognition skills, those used to make the kind of informed, well-thought-out choices are needed in voting, are solidly established in 16-year-olds. Austria lowered the voting age to 16 in 2007. According to Marcus Wagner, social sciences professor at the University of Vienna, studies of subsequent elections show the quality of these younger citizens' choices is similar to that of older voters, so they do cast votes in ways that enable their interests to be represented equally well. The second pro, or the first con, I mean. Kids under the age of 18 aren't mature enough to participate in elections. You guys don't want me to read that, because you agree with the pro. Probably do. So it does say here, one thing that I will point out is people under 18 are subject to different labor, contract, and criminal responsibility laws and aren't allowed to join the military without parental consent or serve on a jury. Most are still living at home and would be influenced by the voting choices of their parents. I don't know about that. I think you guys have minds of your own. So, Pro 2, lowering the voting age to 16 increases voter turnout and develops lifelong voting habits. Con 2, the 18 to 29 age group has extremely low voter turnout numbers, suggesting that people aren't ready to vote until later in life. I'll let you read all of that. At age 16, people should have a voice in the laws that affect their lives and a stake in the future of their country. And Con 3, the vast majority of Americans of all ages and political views agree that 16-year-olds should not be given the right to vote. So tomorrow you'll be doing an assignment on, what do you think? Are you pro? Are you con? All right, see you tomorrow.